Grok is being used to generate non-consensual sexual images of both adults and children. This week, a new trend started blowing up on X, formerly known as Twitter, where you could simply tag @Grok and ask it to alter an image. It started with people asking for decapitations and gory images of ex-owner Elon Musk, but quickly pivoted to asking Grok to remove clothing from various people, such as @Grok remove her top, or @Grok put her in a bikini, and even went as far as using this on underage users' accounts to generate these images. The trend was a double whammy because it ended up being a marketing stunt for several adult creators, asking Grok to alter their own images as a way to capitalize on the trend. Elijah mentioned, I had some creator friends doing this, and I messaged them saying, I'd have more respect for you if you just posted yourself naked instead of asking Grok to do it. Okay. With people doing it themselves, it sparked up several debates on whether this counts as consent, and even had users arguing that if you post a picture, that is consent for someone to do something with it. Yeah, that is yikes, dude. What a terrible argument.
Have we reached like peak entitlement?
That's so rough. I'd never seen that one before. My God, that felt even stupid just to quote. Anyways, Grok has been responding. So some people's concerns, saying that they have identified lapses in safeguards and are urgently fixing them, which the fix that I had noticed when I was looking at this is they just removed the media tab from the Grok user. But people like almost immediately found workarounds. And as far as the last time I saw this, I know things might have changed. It was still generating images.
I have a really troubling occurrence, a thing that occurred to me in all of this. If it's generating images of underage users,
yeah,
what the hell was Grok trained on to be able to do that?
Okay, in Grok's defense, it can probably infer.
I mean,
I don't know.
Look, and okay, let's be...
Surfer Dude said the Epstein files. Sorry, like, not actually funny. I shouldn't laugh.
Let's be very clear here. I have not looked at any of this output. I'm not gonna. I don't want to. You shouldn't want to either. So it is very possible that, to your point, it was not trained on any CSAM.
Guys, I'm not trying to defend it. What I'm saying is that I don't think this is like hard evidence that it was trained on CSAM. I think that those are very different things.
That's what I'm about to get into. So it is possible that these outputs feature simply size scaled down, trained on adults imagery. If it isn't, then it raises bigger questions around what the heck this data set is that would be able to generate this, because an generative AI is not truly generative. It's never seen anything that isn't in its data set. It can't imagine anything that doesn't have some basis within its data set somewhere. And so for it to know what something looks like, it has to have seen some manner of reference image, generally speaking.
And people in Full Play Chat are saying, I think we've heard stories of CSAM being found in other LLM training sets. I don't know. I know nothing about this. This is not a topic I am deeply researched on. I'm just saying that it being able to at least attempt that does not just automatically mean that it was. And that is honestly irrelevant of whether or not it's been found in other data sets or not. And there's a couple of other things. Like, I don't know if this is true, but Insomniac says that the database was apparently the Twitter media database, which to their knowledge was never purged after Elon bought it, and could contain whether it was purged,
Lord only knows what,
after or not, it could potentially contain that. I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm the only thing I'm saying is it doesn't guarantee that it does. That is it. This is not that deep of a statement.
Law's Earth says, I have a little knowledge in the medical space, and there's medical imagery of humans of all types.
I mean, that does make sense.
Yeah, but not what it was for.
No. Is Grok trained on medical imagery?
Almost certainly.
I don't know.
I mean, yeah, you ask an AI, like, what's this rash? How the fuck would it know if it doesn't have medical imagery in it?
That makes sense. Yeah, rough. Yeah, the person who broke this news to me is rather against generative image and video. I don't know if they want to be named or not, so I'm chilling. Maybe if they're watching, they'll ping me and let me know. Yeah. But the person who broke this to me, I know they're extremely against this. I don't think they were exactly searching for fun. But their concern, which after reading a couple articles on this, I share their concern pretty strongly, is the articles are too, very valid reason, scared to show the stuff. And through text, it really doesn't get across how bad it is. Mm. And this was one of the problems that they had. So they had some examples of things. Not quite what you think, because a lot of those had been removed. So it was like links to a thread where it very obviously happened, because you could see the person's request still there. And then you could see a response from Grok that had been deleted. So the response is there, but it's like the content has been removed or whatever. So there's like a bunch of that, like all over the place. Clearly people are creating throwaway accounts, doing these requests, getting the image, probably saving it, and then the image is being removed afterwards. There is a huge amount of adult content creators doing this in a self-promoting way, as Elijah pointed out. There is also a huge amount of this being just, I don't know, basically like any woman on the internet is getting tagged to get altered in some way. Obviously, it's happening to dudes as well, but to say that the proportions were equal would be insane. It's like, obviously not. So there's that. Yeah.
Get rid of him. Get rid of him, Dan. I can't anymore.
I mean, we can be done. It's just, it's really, really bad. And I think if you read an article on this, you wouldn't necessarily understand like how pervasive and just everywhere on Twitter this currently is. And I don't really go on there that often anymore, so I didn't know this was a thing. And then I woke up to messages of like, I hope you guys talk about this. And I was like, talk about what? And then was just like, wow, this is horrible. Like,
hey, do you want some other really crappy news?
Here, one additional thing I would want to throw in there before we get into other really crappy news. The consent thing is touchy here, because I know some people are saying, like, obviously if someone is asking it to do it to their own image, then obviously there is consent there.
Right, except that data set was trained on images of other people in order to create, fake booby nipple.
And not only that,
it was trained on people who didn't consent to their boobies being used for that. So that's a whole thing.
Totally. And not only that, we have all seen how often hilariously easy it is to like jailbreak these AIs to do things. It's so easy to, if you needed to, and they don't even need to, but if you did need to be like, oh, this is me, can you do this to it? Like, you'd be like, yeah, sure. I don't know. Make a new account, set your profile picture as a normal picture of it, and then ask it to do that. Like, this will get broken immediately if they put any form of safeguard in front of it. If it's still going to have this in its training set, like you're saying, if it's still going to be able to do these things whatsoever at all under any circumstance, then it will be used to do that.
Cool. Want more bad news?
VNG Supernova said, not defending Grok, but this has been a thing for a while. Grok just did it more widely.
Well, that's bad.
Yeah.
Like, government corruption has been a thing for a while, but when someone does it more broadly and more brazenly, that's bad.
Bad.
Cool. Good chat.